game fans! There has been a surge in recent years of post-apocalyptic games. Maybe people have this fascination of what the world might be like after zombies or nukes or mutants or other huge disasters. Well, to honour these games, I thought I would gather up some games that embrace the end of the world and do it.
The Last of Us. Now, The Last of Us has recently been re-released on the new gen consoles, so if you missed it on PS3, definitely pick it up on PS4. Now, the premise is that it's been 20 years since the humans have almost been wiped out, and then Joel, the hero, finds Ellie, a teenage girl who he must help smuggle out of the city. You'll find out why as you go play the game, so I'm not going to spoil it for you. It won a ton of awards, and it's got lots of critical accolades, so if you have missed this one, it's definitely worth picking it up, because it is a stunning game. Fallout 3. As we wait with bated breath for the next in the Fallout series, why not revisit Fallout 3, easily the best so far. This open, explorable world set in post-apocalyptic Washington DC is set in the future, but still weirdly embraces the music and style of the 1950s. The overall scenery and the post-apocalyptic city is absolutely awe-inspiring. It has dozens and dozens upon locations that you can visit in any order you like, and there's a ton of side quests you can do, there's fantastic guns and even cool factions you can join. And if Fallout 3 isn't enough, then why not try out Fallout New Vegas and explore the wastelands of Vegas whilst you're at it. Darksiders. Okay, so Darksiders isn't much about post-apocalypse, it's more about the actual apocalypse. Heaven and hell, having a war, Earth is the battleground, and we end up losing. You as the player get to take control of war, one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. It's all in this beautiful third-person perspective, and you'd be surprised because it's not all just hack and slash, but there is a good amount of puzzle solving in there as well. War isn't aligned to either heaven or hell, so it makes battling through enemies from both sides very interesting, whether it's the angels or the demons or anything in between. Metro 2033 and Last Light. Now, these have all been recently re-released in the Redux version, so if you missed it first time around, it's definitely a good opportunity to pick up these upscaled HD versions of the Metro series. It made a fantastic book, and it's also made a really compelling game. Now, in the original game, it takes place in Moscow, in the city metro. It's all in a first-person shooter view, and it's a very, very immersive. There's no health meter or HUD in general, and bullets are partially visible on every gun, so the player can still have some idea about how many rounds you've got left and whether or not you need to reload. There's some beautiful animations where you got to wipe the sweat and the steam from your face, which is clouding your vision. I mean, overall, it has a compelling story and a fantastically dark atmosphere. And it's definitely worth checking out for those who like the idea of this sort of toxic, mutant-filled apocalyptic world. The Walking Dead. Now, unless you've been trapped in some underground bunker, you won't have missed all of the discussion about The Walking Dead. The TV series has done fantastic, and it has spawned a number of computer games. So you've got The Walking Dead Telltale series, which is a adventure game, and you've also got The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, which is more of a first-person shooter. Now, the Telltale game is definitely one of the best releases of the year, and it's on multiple platforms, having just been re-released on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Now, it's worth buying, absolutely, if you've not played it, because it is not a typical game experience. You have a lot of dialogue and important decisions to make, as well as some timed action sequences. You really grow to care about the group of survivors and the main protagonist, Lee, who tries to survive whilst trying to save Clementine. It's really well written, and it's really nicely tied into the story and the comics. So if you missed it, definitely worth a try. Stalker. Stalker might be one of the scariest post-apocalyptic games around. It's a first-person shooter, yes, but it's still one of the creepiest renditions of this world where everything has just gone mad and mutants roam free. It also has some great RPG elements and definitely takes time to get through. This is no easy game, but it's perfect for those who want to have a good challenge in an amazingly immersive world. Hellgate London. Now, Hellgate is one of those games that kind of came and went. It has this really great dark fantasy concept that was developed by a team of former Blizzard Entertainment employees. It's an action RPG that allows you to choose from 6 classes from 3 different factions: Templars, Kabbalists and Hunters. It has random maps and loot drops, much like Diablo, but the camera angle allows players to get much closer into the action, and it's actually a ton of fun despite not gaining the popularity of say Diablo or Torchlight, the other games with sort of a similar idea. Deus Ex Invisible War. Now, I love the Deus Ex games, and Human Revolution was one of my top games of all time. But if you want a game that's chock full of freedom of choice, this is it. The controls can be admittedly a little bit clunky, but it's a pretty strong follow-up to the original Deus Ex. It takes place after Chicago has been destroyed by a terrorist attack sometime in the not-too-distant future. The game has a very non-linear structure, meaning there is a main plot points that you've got to hit, but there's plenty of side plots and other quests that players might never experience at all, depending on the decisions that you make. It allows for a lot of potential replayability. Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive has recently been released as an Xbox One exclusive. This vibrant, colourful world is packed full of mutants and monsters to skate past, shoot, fire records into, or just freeze. There is so much to do, and it is easily the best way to explore an open world environment. You grind, you fly, you skate, you jump, you do all sorts to get from A to B, doing a number of fetch quests for an array of different colourful characters. This game is so much fun that if you haven't played it yet already and you do own an Xbox One, then definitely put it on your Christmas list.
Finish him!
If you want more, don't forget to like, comment or subscribe, or click the link for even more reviews.